Hello everyone, I hope you are all having a wonderful week so far. A few weeks back, we showed you a little update of our planter box in the backyard, and today we're super excited to give you a little update on our window boxes. So we have 3 window boxes across the front of the house here that are in full sun, and then we have one in the back of the house that is in shade, and we're gonna walk you through all of them. So let's take a look. Okay, so in case you missed us, back in May, on May 17th to be exact, we hung 3 window boxes across the front of our house here. Underneath all of this gorgeousness, there is a Nantucket window box from Mayne Planters, and it is self-watering, which has been amazing. Even in this heat, we are filling it up about every 5 days, which is pretty good. So we filled these up with some annuals, and as you can see, it has been about 5-6 weeks of growth, and we are completely full here. So I will call out all the plants again in case you missed us. So here we go. So the pink here is perfectly pink Angelonia. So we have one here and one over here. Now, we have been in a drought here in North Carolina, and this was great for the Angelonia because it is an upright annual. Unfortunately, we got a really heavy downpour this past Saturday, and so we've got a little bit of reaching out here, but if we wanted to, we could come in and snip this off, and there's a lot of new growth that's already coming up in the middle, but there's no deadheading with this, which is amazing. And so this has just been in bloom ever since we planted it. Now, there are 3 caladiums planted along here, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we noticed a mistake. I noticed a mistake once we were putting the plant tags away. There are 2 different kinds of caladiums here, and I don't think you could tell when we were first planting them because they were so young, but now I think it's kind of apparent. So here we have White Star, and you'll notice that it is nearly fully white. In the middle, we get a little bit of pink variation on some of them, and then there's this red dot right in the middle. Here we have White Wonder, which you can clearly tell there is a difference now. We get a lot more green in here. We still have that red dot in the middle, but this is mostly green and white, where you'll notice on some of the White Star, there's a little bit of pink coming in. So, you know, not a major difference, and unless you were looking closely, I don't think you would even really notice, but it still looks really beautiful. And what I love about caladiums is that once we get into the heat of the summer, they just rise up and they keep pushing out new leaves all season long. They're a really great annual, and I love having them in this window box here because they make for a really nice filler. We also have 2 Sun King ferns here. So there's one on this side and then one on the other side. Another really nice filler. Obviously, we've got a lot of blooms along the front here, but we wanted to make sure we had a solid base of things that were green and things that were always going to look really nice. And so I think these have put on some really good growth. They are not taking over the planter, which I was kind of concerned about. Sometimes when you put ferns in a container, they can just kind of take over and send out all kinds of babies, but we're not getting that with these. They are playing well with everything that is planted in here. Now, we also have 2 Diamond Frost Euphorbias. There is one kind of in here, and then there's one right here. You can see this little wispy white. And this is just another kind of supporting plant. It's not super bold. It's not going to take over like some of the petunias here that I'll talk about in a second, but it just adds a really nice base up here along the top that I love adding to containers. We have some of those in our planter box as well that we showed you guys a couple of weeks ago, and it has also started to rise up. It's another one of those annuals that when you plant it, it's so tiny and you think, oh wow, this isn't gonna do anything, and then all of a sudden we get a bunch of heat and it just takes off. Here in the middle, we've got a chocolate drop coleus. Now this is one plant. Look at this. That thing was tiny when we first planted it, and it has just fully taken over the front here. Now we're getting a little bit of dryness here. I think maybe it's just really hot this week. I mean, we're in a heat wave right now, but for the most part, these look really good all the way down on the window boxes. Now for our color, we've got 2 kinds of petunias. We've got Supertunia Mini Vista White, and we've got Supertunia Mini Vista Indigo. These are 2 of my favorites. They are staples here in our house. We plant them somewhere every single year. Across the edge of the border here this year, we've got Mini Vista Indigo, and so we wanted to have this in the planter box to kind of tie those 2 spaces together. Now, you will notice, I'll show you a photo from a couple of weeks ago. This was beautiful and full and just covered in blooms. Now we're starting to get a little bit leggy down here, and the petunias have grown down towards the ground. So what I'm gonna do here shortly in a couple of days is I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna prune this off to about right here and give these some really nice liquid fertilizer. Petunias really do need that trim about halfway through the season so that they can make it all the way through our hot summers. And so if you give them a trim, you'll just get a lot more compact of a plant, a lot more blooms, tighter together, and then the fertilizer, of course, helps them bloom even more. So that's this one here. Let's take a look at this window box over here because we get a little bit of different light, and I want to show you. So the first one gets the most sun. This one is kind of in the shade for most of the day. So the coleus is not really burning like we had on the other one, and the petunias are sort of behaving. I kind of think this one looks better than the first one. A couple of weeks ago, I thought, oh, that one is the winner, but I think this one is looking really nice right now. Now here, you can see the caladiums, how different they are. Look how white this is, and then look how green this one is. I think I like the green one better. I think this one is White Wonder. So if you're in the market for caladiums, White Wonder, for me, is the winner. Now, of course, we've got our Angelonia here, all the same planting all the way across the front, which just makes for a cohesive mix. Now, on our last window box over here, we made an error when we were purchasing. We didn't buy enough Mini Vista Indigo. We were missing one right here. And we thought, oh, we'll be able to find it somewhere. That'll be no problem. Couldn't find it anywhere. So it must be a popular plant this year because no one else had it in stock by the time we were done planting these. But, I mean, the hydrangea grew up in front of it. Another thing that you probably wouldn't notice unless we told you about it. But this one is looking really well too. The only thing that I've noticed about this window box, and I'm not sure if it's a light thing or a water thing, but the plants aren't growing as big in this one. I mean, you notice the first one, the coleus, is giant. And this one is just a little bit more tame. So I think maybe this one only gets a little bit of morning light and then it's protected for the rest of the day. So that's something for us to consider next year when we're thinking about what plants we want to put in here. Maybe we get some things that can take more sun or shade. Now, obviously, we're still getting a lot of blooms here, so I'm not saying I wouldn't plant petunias here again, but maybe we mix it up next year. Now, I will mention, in here on either side of the caladium, there are two scaevolas, and they have just kind of been swallowed up by everything. And something that we've learned about scaevola is that they do not like wet feet. So that is on us. We should not have put them in this window box. The way that this self-watering window box works is that there is a water reservoir in the bottom of this. And so the soil reaches down to that water and pulls the water up into the plants so that they can be watered. And the scaevola is not liking that. So I think next year we're probably going to avoid scaevola. We're going to put it somewhere where it can dry out a little bit and actually thrive, because I do love scaevola. It just, you know, we don't have a lot of experience growing it here in our garden. So that is another note for us. Check out the caladiums in this window box. So here you can tell this one is completely different. And here on this white star, we're getting a lot of pink variegation. Now, I do like this. I really like this. It's nice that the caladiums are at least close in height. This one has got some really big leaves, which I love. Now, a lot of these caladiums can do sun or shade, which makes them really versatile up here across the front of our house. There are some caladiums that are only shade, but we did make sure that we got some caladiums that can do both because, again, this is in a lot of afternoon shade here on the front of our house. So that is it for the window boxes across the front of our house. Why don't we walk to the Union Garden to take a look at our shade window box? All right, so we are here in the Union Garden, and if you're not familiar with our gardens here at Gardener in Love, the Union Garden is a space where we have a shade side and a full sun side. And so this window here is on the shade side. It's actually right on the outside of my office. And I always had a dream of having a window box here in my office so I could just look out and see the beautiful flowers, see the pollinators come up to the window, and that's exactly what's been happening. So let's take a look at this window box. We first planted it on May 17th. Everything was really small, and I felt like we needed more plants. And here we are today. It is completely full. I absolutely love this pairing. I think I might even like this more than the full sun. It just feels so understated and just so elegant. So all of the plants we have in here are perfect for the shade. We've got 2 Boston ferns in here, and while they might look very similar to the ferns that we have in full sun, these ferns are perfect for the shade. So if I were to put these out in full sun, they would just completely burn out. And so we wanted to make sure that we still had that ferny texture back here, just to kind of speak to both window boxes, but this one is going to thrive here in the shade. Here in the middle, we've got 1 plant of variegated Swedish ivy. Now, I love this plant. I think this plant does not get enough press as it should. We planted this for the first time last year in a container and just fell in love with how much it fills in, how you can kind of manipulate it. You'll notice that some of the branches are going straight up, and this one here was growing straight out like this tall a couple of weeks ago, and I just took it and kind of gently pulled it down, and then it kept that shape. So I love this because you can kind of make it maneuver around plants as you want. Now, I probably should come in here and cut that really long piece off, but it's just so pretty. I'm having a hard time doing that. So this is going to be filling in this whole area. I can't wait to see how big this gets as the season goes on. Now, behind this, and on either end, we have 2 Rex begonias. These are the Space Age Europa variety. And I was really hopeful that these would be similar to the caladiums in that they would rise up and they would be able to show off those leaves really nicely, but we're not getting that effect here. So the one that's back here, I mean, you can't even see it really. The one on the end is just beautiful. I love, love, love the way that looks. I wish that we had put something else in the middle here just to give us a little bit more thriller. I was really hoping that that leaf would come up eventually, but we're just not having luck with that, but that's okay. Gardening is all about learning lessons, and that is a lesson I will take with me into next year if we plant this plant again. On either side of the Swedish ivy, we've got a double impatiens called Rockapuko wisteria. Now, this plant has gotten really big before when we've planted it. We had this in our entryway garden a couple of years ago, and that area is really, really wet. And when you give this plant water, it will take it and it will just continue to grow and grow and grow. And so I think that this is going to be probably up to here by the end of the season, given that this is a self-watering container and it's getting as much water as it can take up. It's just going to keep growing and taking over this space. Now, the white plant that you see here is Endless Flirtation Broalia, and it is another blooming plant that is perfect for the shade. There's a purple variety called Endless Illumination, and we have planted that before in the ground, but we've never used the white before, and I just love it. Now, the one over here has some issues. It looks like we might have some spider mites or something, but this one here is just the perfect example of how this plant should look. I love it. I love how it's just kind of flowing over the edge, and the white color really pairs nicely with the variegated ivy, and I think it makes for a really beautiful blend here in the shade. I hope you guys enjoyed this update on our window boxes for this gardening season. Let us know down in the comments which planting mix is your favorite. Do you like the sun planting mix, or do you prefer the shade planting mix? And I want to hear from you. What plants should we try in this next season? This is our first time growing window boxes, and so we're open to any and all ideas. We want to hear from you. Thanks so much for joining us for today's video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button below so that you get all of our gardening content all season long. For now, from our garden to yours, we'll see you soon. Bye.